Hey guys, Rob here with Survival USA Pro. I started Survival USA Pro to give everyone tips and tricks on everyday survival, and also for you guys to share your tips and tricks or experiences outdoors. Even if it's just a video or a picture or a comment. Sharing's good. We all learn from each other, which is the main goal for this group. So today I'm going to share with you a few items that I keep in my bug out bag. The first thing is some Paracord, and this is a multi-use tool. If you know me, I like multi-use items, small items in the bag that don't take up a whole lot of space. But this is a must-have. Paracord uses cordage and a few other different things for your bag. I keep a little bit extra, and I also keep extra boot laces because you never know if you need boot laces. And you can also use this as cordage if you need to. Another crucial thing I keep is a pocket knife. It's good to have some type of knife, and I have a few more I'm going to show you in just a second. Flashlight, of course. I like to keep a standard AAA or AA battery. That way it's the same across the board on any flashlight I have. I know there are other better batteries that last longer out there, but I'm old school. I like to keep standard AAA, AA in my bag. And also I use heavy-duty Ziploc bags that I keep my batteries and things that you want to keep dry. And I will put some moisture absorbers in the bag, and I'll trade these out every now and again. And it keeps your batteries dry and good for a good while where they don't corrode on you. Another thing I have is a eatery set. It's a knife, fork, and spoon. It's a good thing to have with you. Of course, compass. And this is a multi-use compass. It not only has the compass, it has a thermometer for temperature and a whistle. Also has a whistle and maybe some extra cordage if you need some cordage there. And I have different types of compass. I have a sight compass here. I also have one here you can clip and keep in just to have. And speaking of whistles, I also do have a whistle. And this is for signal if you're lost or in distress. If you hear somebody, you can whistle to get their attention. And you can also use it as a deterrent for different animals and things like that. Next, I keep a little bitty bottle of bleach. I have to rewrite bleach so no one gets confused and sticks this stuff in their eye, right? But I have an X on there. And this is to clean your water. You put 1 or 2 drops in a big bottle of water, and it should take care of all the pathogens that you have in that water. If you can't boil, I recommend boiling water. Multi-use tool. This is a great multi-use tool. It's heavy duty. Get yourself a good one. You can use this for all sorts of stuff. It comes with your standard knives and a saw and Phillips head, flathead, screwdriver, bottle opener, can opener, all types of good stuff there. So multi-use tool. And I'll also keep a fixed blade knife that you keep on your side or on your backpack. And this is a good survival fixed blade knife. It's nice and sharp. You can use it to feather a stick for some kindling or fire. It also comes with more cordage. Can never have enough cordage. And the sheath that this comes in actually also comes with a ferro rod for striking spark to make fire on your kindling. So you can never have enough ways to start a fire, right? And speaking of fire, I have at least 3. I keep 3 different ways to start a fire. One's a ferro rod. I showed you that. Here's another example of a ferro rod in steel. So you have your steel and your ferro rod, right? So this comes in a nice little handy dandy container, and it also has a whistle on it. So you have different forms of whistle. This is a nice little package I have. It's got a rubber seal to keep your matches dry, and it also has a little ferrule for striking at the bottom if you need it. And of course, it keeps your matches in there all nice and dry. And I'll keep all my fire starting material in a Ziploc bag with the moisture absorbers. That's just something I like to do there. It's a little tip. Matches, lighter. It's always good to have a couple of lighters. I actually like the smaller Bic lighters for some reason. I got to get me a few of those, but this is just something I had laying around. For some reason, call me crazy, I think the smaller ones last longer for some reason. I don't know why. Just on experience, I really like the small Bic lighters. Plus, they're smaller and they take up less room than these bigger ones, right? So you can have a couple of small ones. This is wind and waterproof matches. This is something I keep. So if it's rainy, windy, and all that good stuff, you can light one of these, strike, and hopefully get your kindling started for a good fire. So this is something else you want to keep dry, of course, but another good thing to have. I like to keep this when I go hiking or just wander in some woods that I'm not familiar with. I tie every so often a little bit around the tree so I can find my way back, because you never want to get lost, right? This is a good little something to have in your backpack just when you go hiking or trolling through some woods without a trail. Another must-have, axe and or Bowie knife. So this is my Bowie knife. It comes in a leather sheath, and you can tell it's been used a lot. I've tried to clean it actually, and it's still tarnished, but I'm sure there's something out there I can use to clean it. But I don't care. This thing is awesome, man. It's a mini machete. It can cut down saplings with a couple of swings. It's super heavy. It's super thick, so you can use it as a hammer if you need to use it, right? But this will get you through some brush. This is a brand Trail Master by Cold Steel. See the Trail Master there by Cold Steel. And I think this is a company out of California. I bought a few knives from them, and I've always been pretty impressed with their stuff, and their prices are reasonable. And this is a heavy, badass Bowie knife. I love it. I'll carry this on my side, right? Just to have. And next, this is something I keep in my bag. It's hand soap, basically. It's 50 sheets. You just put a little bit of water in. You can wash your hands if you need to wash your hands. You never know. You could cut yourself, and you can wash the area to keep it from getting infected, which is a pretty good thing to have, I think. Got to have seasoning, right? I keep salt and Tony Sassery. I actually, a good tip. I don't know if you can see, there's a couple of grains of rice in each compartment. This has been in my bag for a few years, and the rice sucks the moisture up and keeps from getting clumpy. So it stays nice and good where you can shake it out and season some things if you need to. And this is an awesome little thing to have, and it doesn't take up a lot of room, and you can use a little salt to season your food. Speaking of seasoning, this is one odd thing some people might think might be odd. But you boil your water and you let it cool and you drink good, clean water. So every now and again, instead of drinking the water like that, I know you guys heard of ramen noodles. They come with seasoned packets. So I'll open up 2 packs of noodles and only use 1 pack of seasoning. And I have a stockpile of these that I keep with me. They don't take up a lot of room, but you can add this to your water or some food that you're making just to get some seasoning in your food. And this is actually very flavorful. You put this in your water and it's like almost like a soup. So ramen noodle packet, seasoning package, right? Who would have thought? Here's another who would have thought. Maybelline makeup case. Another good thing, a tip to have, right? Why do I have a makeup case? Okay, it caught my attention is the mirror. They have, let me see if I can get the effect here. They have mirrors. You can use this as a signal if you need a signal to signal someone from a distance. And also the void in here, I keep iodine packets, sting relief, and alcohol tads. And you can hold quite a few in this void. But I'll trade it out every now and again, and it keeps your batteries dry and your fire starting kit and all that good stuff pretty dry. And the heavy-duty Ziploc bag helps out pretty much. So that's another little tip I like is the moisture absorbers, to keep a few of those in your bag with you. But I haven't showed you the bag yet. I emptied it out, but this is a 511, their Rush 24 bag. And there's a lot of straps for mounts and things. I keep my canteen for water, and when we go hiking, I like to keep just a couple little radios just in case. You never know. But this thing, the Rush 24 bag, is a 24-hour bag, and you should be able to keep enough items and food and water in there to survive comfortably for at least 2 days. But also keep some Band-Aids and different things, in and outs here and there. Propane lighter, extra way to start fire. You can never have enough ways to start a fire. Like I said, I keep at least 3 to 5 different ways to start a fire. Now, if you're going long term, I like to reuse a lot of things. This was a little Johnson & Johnson. I think it was a little first aid kit. I forget what it was, but I use it now as a fishing kit. So I keep a few items in here for fishing, and it's small and compact, and it doesn't weigh a lot. I'm not going to take a lot of this out, but I have a bunch of different hooks and lures and weights that I keep in here. And this is a pretty neat little thing to keep with you. So it's always good to have ways to acquire different foods. And fishing's one way to get some food. Now, if you're really going long term, I like a 22 long rifle. They're fun to shoot, and you can get a lot of small game with the 22 long rifle. I buy these little packs of 22 long rifle hollow point. It comes in 100 rounds. These are a little more expensive to buy, but I like the pack it comes in, the little container, because it keeps it all nice and neat for you. And you can throw a couple of these in your bag and have 200 rounds for food. But bullets don't last forever, so I highly recommend improving your skills on catching fish and your snare setup skills to catch some small game in the woods. And that's always good to keep refined and practice and learn to find the little trails the small game runs down to catch with a snare. But that's pretty much all I have out right now that I'm going to show you. I keep a lot more in my bug out bag, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. just to show you a few things that I keep. Now, I would like to see if someone would shoot a little video of maybe what they keep in their bug out bag or tips and tricks. If you just comment or share a picture with the group, because this is what this is all about. This is why I started the page, is to share your experience in the outdoors and everyday survival. And I would like to hear from some of you also after you see this video and to share with the group. But like I said, I'm just going to wrap it up. I think that's all I have for you today. My name's Rob, again, with Survival USA Pro, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Thank you very much for watching.